that you may do with us what you please. Heart conditions. Anybody know somebody with a heart condition? It's a defect. It's a heart condition. And so we got risk factors. See, the doctor tells you certain risk factors. And so we look at it and you say, well, Dr. Jesus, what are the risk factors for an unhealthy heart condition? Well, the first one is bad relationships, because it causes unhealthiness. When you're in an unhealthy relationship, then somebody else's stress becomes your stress. Somebody else's problem becomes your problem. Somebody else's inadequacies become your inadequacies. Somebody else's strain becomes your strain. You're in an unhealthy relationship. Another one is drug use. Pulls you away. Pulls you away. I'm not talking about the physical heart. Because it's hard to focus on the things of God when you're worried about trying to enjoy your euphoria. Alcohol use, tobacco use, stress. These are risk factors. I'm not talking about the physical heart. I'm talking about the heart of man. Stress. Can't think about God because you're too worried about how you're going to pay your bills. Can't get in your prayer closet because you're worried about somebody taking your house. Anxiety. Can't wait. Can't wait. Anxiety. Just biting your fingernails off. Worrying about stuff. God said take no thought. Is that what the word say? Don't he feed the birds? So what you worried about? Being quick to anger. Risk factor. Can't get out of God's way long enough to let him handle it. You're going to handle it your way. Take your earrings off. Sometimes in the spirit. Regressed anger. Okay, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's going to be okay. You dying inside. Can't let it out. Holding back. It's okay. You might want to say it's okay. But then you might want to say it's okay. It's all right. But know that you can go and give that to God. Get on the altar and say, God, I know it's going to be all right because you said so. Not because I'm not man enough or woman enough to handle it, but I know it's going to be all right because you said so. We all know about depression. That's a risk factor for a bad heart. Lack of exercise. Not reading your word. Not fasting. Not praying. Lack of exercise. Not getting with your prayer partner. Not talking about the word. Not studying. Not coming to Bible study. Lack of exercise. Risk factor for a bad heart. Strife. Always in the middle of something. Just got to be in the middle of something. What they talking about over there? Laziness. Risk factor for a bad heart condition. Apathy. I'm coming, but I don't want to. Pre-existing conditions. All of us came into church with our pre-existing conditions. So when we walked in the door, we had our pre-existing conditions to start with. Before we said, thank you, Jesus, for accepting me, we all had our pre-existing conditions. Generational curses. Risk factor for a bad heart condition. Well, my mama used to do it. Daddy was an alcoholic. Mama used to beat me. Daddy used to kick me. Uncle used to rape me. Generational curses. Because when you go to the doctor, he want to know your family history. Dr. Jesus know your family history already. But do you know it? You got to ask yourself, what do they pass on to me that I need to bring to the Lord so it doesn't repeat itself? Then we get into the symptoms. Symptoms of a bad heart condition. So you know the risk factors. So then you move into the symptoms. Now, you got two kinds of heart failure. You got acute, which is sudden. And you got chronic, which is ongoing. See, that acute heart failure is when Bishop say something to you and you're like, oh, man, I ain't going back to church no more. You get mad at God for one incident. Or you walk away from the church because you saw something you didn't like or you heard something or you couldn't stand it no more. That's that acute heart failure right there. Sudden. I was good with God yesterday, but today I ain't studying him. That's that acute heart failure. Just happened. Just happened. He was fine yesterday. Where he at this week, Bishop? Had that acute heart failure. You ain't got that chronic heart failure. You just walking around, know it's bad. Got a spiritual pacemaker on. Don't even care. Going through the motions. God pumping your blood for you. Symptoms of bad heart.